I need one.
No, I'm not. Oh, classic. Whoa! Hey everyone, welcome to the Fifth Quarter Fantasy Cast. I'm your host, Coach V, and I'm joined by my co-host, Peepaw.
Oh, that's me.
And Dr. Dry. There he is. He just likes to sneak in there.
He's cheesing. He's a happy boy.
Get cheesed.
You know, the classic intro, we know where to pop in at a lot better
Oh, yeah.
than the back and blood intro.
I think, yeah.
It goes harder.
I think Pooh Shiesty is going to be retired after this season. So it was
a good run.
It was a good run, but I don't think it was us.
Well, so we're here. We're queer. Get used to it. That should be like the new welcome.
Maybe for season 4, yeah.
But so how'd everyone do in their fantasy championships? If you made it that far, maybe you're in the pit of despair. Maybe you're overjoyed. I, had a tough go with it, but it was fun, and I'm glad to make it. I'm really glad I made that let's split the pot on air deal with the doc because that worked. It
paid off in my favor.
So I was in 2 fantasy championships. I went 0-2, but I was happy with my team, kinda. But it was all right. It was the kind of thing where I wasn't really. I feel like I was expected to lose after those shitty Christmas games and Christmas Eve games, and God, I hate that section of the NFL where you just have to check your lineup constantly. But yeah, so I wasn't expecting much. So the fact that we were still in it by Monday night, I was happy, even though we lost on both occasions. How about y'all?
Well, you had a hell of a comeback in the one league. Yeah, you had a hell of a comeback in Fantasy Junkies, and yeah, it just came a little bit short. But yeah, we thought you were dead after Derrick Henry, and then you had a couple guys that kind of shit the bed on Christmas or something. So you came back. Yeah. Very stinky, sir.
If you had any Lions, you were just a grumpy guy.
That was rough.
It was not great there. I made championship in one league, won it, thanks to Derrick Henry. This is the second time I've won this league since 2017. I think 2017 is when it started. So, not doing too shabby here, boys.
Represent.
If you would like to know, this is the team I went up against: Jalen Hurts, Barkley, ETN, CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, Harold Fanning, Chris Olave, Jameson Williams, Cameron Dicker, and the 49ers defense. Sounds like a pretty stout squad. I'm rolling with Jacoby Brissett, Derrick Henry, Achane, Kyle Williams, Alec Pierce, Brenton Strange, Kyron Williams, Colson Loveland, Brandon Aubrey, and the Patriots defense.
The championship.
I whooped his ass by 50 points, boys.
Hey, there we go. That's that championship.
Even with the dud from Alec Pierce, I had Christian Watson on my bench, so I was hoping that didn't come back to haunt me. But, when a guy like Malik Willis has a over-under total yards of 168, I'm like, put the pause on that boy. But no, he just went ball to the wall and just kind of killed it. So, ended up winning that league now for the second time. Last time was in 2020, so riding that high currently.
Yeah, that's great. And we do have someone in the house. I believe that is one of our buddies from the Fantasy Football Show in the house. So make sure everybody goes and subscribes. Great show. They're on a few times a week, and they bring the heat every single time. So go check out the Fantasy Football Show on the YouTube machine. Thanks for being here. But yeah, we're very excited to celebrate 3 championships. Got 3 of them boys. Became 100-air overnight. It really wasn't. I don't think I had any that were too close. Let's see. I had League of Ordinary Gentlemen where I had Derrick Henry go off, but honestly, I didn't even need him. I still would have won by 20. So that was good. That was a blowout. I did beat Coach V over in the cheese. So in the Butt Cheese Boy Invitational, I'm a champion. I think that one felt really special because it was one where I had the most points in the league for 2 years, but I had the most points against and missed playoffs both of those years. And this year it finally all came together. Bijan goes crazy. And then I also won Wadsworthless Fight Club, repeated that shit. So excited there. And then fell just a little bit short in Dads and Degenerates Dynasty League. Bijan tried his best, 39 points. I needed 48 though. So thanks a lot, Bijan. Just kidding. We're going to blame Taysom Hill. I sipped the poison. I was a shit sipper on that one. And we ended up losing thanks to his 0 points and Jalen Waddle's 0.7. So they're now on the ban list. They will not be drafted by me or picked up next year. I don't care what their situation looks like. But it was a fun week for sure. So anyways, shout out to everybody who won their fantasy championship. Didn't mean to do that. Anyways, moving on.
All right. So we're a podcast with honesty. We like to
integrity,
look back and with integrity, and we don't just like to gloat when we get it right, but we like to talk about how we got it wrong too. And so some of ours are going to be nicer than others because some of us took more shots than others. I.e., Dr. Dry, who shot multiple loads of laundry.
I shat multiple loads. It was really bad.
His is going to look the worst because he took the most shots. But we're going to look at our preseason God Squad and how that stacks up now that the fantasy season is over.
All right. Here's Dr. Dry's 2025 God Squad reserved for those who overperform, league winners, and straight up dogs.
Are we going through all 30 of them?
Just real quick. It'll take 2. But, I mean, nothing great here. So, Jaden Daniels, injured. Jordan Love, ass. Dak Prescott, yeah. Joe Burrow, injured for most of the year, but he did show up in the championship. Okay. Bill Krosky-Merritt showed up in the championship. Brashard Smith, he does not have a future in the NFL. Jerome Ford did nothing. Sharbs, possibly next year. RJ Harvey belongs. Chase Brown belongs. Travion Henderson belongs but needs a little more. Alvin Kamara shat the bed. Wide receivers, DK Metcalf going to jail. Golden Boy, more like Golden Arches because he just pissed the bed all year, did nothing. Efton Chisholm waited till last week to finally score his first touchdown. Luther Burden, strong future. DJ Moore, strong past. Jaden Higgins, he showed up big in the championship, but nobody started him. Tet McMillan actually ended up as like a low-end wide receiver 1, high-end wide receiver 2. Garrett Wilson injured. Calvin Ridley ass. Drake London pussy. Tight ends, we were right on Trey McBride, but that was kind of an easy call. George Kittle, we got the wrong Browns tight end, and then Tyler Warren looks promising at times. So that's my 2025 preseason God Squad. We missed on a lot of stuff.
That was really fast. You weren't lying.
Yeah, we don't want to waste our time on the preseason too much.
Chiefs preseason. ETN finished RB9. There were a lot of people who were drafting him, I believe, in like the 11th round. It was super late based on his last year performance. So happy with that pick. Warren, I think, he was drafted about tight end 7, so that's about average what we were expecting. Inconsistent quarterback play didn't help any. DK Metcalf, we know what happened with him. Arthur Smith destroys dreams. So RIP DK Metcalf in prison. Tet ended up doing halfway decent. I was happy with how he performed this year. Was expecting the low-end wide receiver 1, but we'll take wide receiver 2 out of that. Pearsall, we know he doesn't play football. He just stays injured, doesn't play at all. So he finally performed in the last game this past weekend, so good to see from that. But Caleb Williams drafted, I think, roughly around quarterback 15-ish. Improved on that, so that's good to see. And Breece Hall going to the Jets to die, basically, is what he's doing. So not great on some fronts there, but some okay here. My most crowning achievement there is ETN.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
You
I
believed in him when people were kind of falling off.
Oh, absolutely. Mainly because I had him in our junkies. That was the only reason I believed in him.
And I think Brees Hall, give him a new team, put him on
Oh,
the
yeah.
good squad. Like he's basically anywhere else. And so probably next year, I think he definitely wants out. He hasn't even been shy about it. So that's good. But really good God squad. You showed up on a lot of guys.
Mm-hmm. Not too shabby. These are all guys that are going to improve, I believe, on their draft capital, which I think most of them did. So pleased with that.
So mine, I feel really good about like 50%. I kind of went 50%, but the other 50% not so great. So Drake May, number 2 QB in the fantasy QB,
Hot.
and so I felt really good about that. I just liked the way he ended last year, and I thought this is nice. And you got the Vrabel edition, and it really paid off. Chase Brown, glad, kept believing in him even through the. Once Joe Flacco had his moment, Chase Brown was back on track. So he only had like a few. It looked like it was going to be really bad for Chase Brown, especially like Jake Browning not working out. You remember like that moment when everyone's like, "Oh, cool, like Jake Brown, that could work." Like we've seen that. We've seen Jake Browning work out before. No,
I was about to rage trade Jamar Chase in Dynasty. It was bad.
So glad. So people who hung in there with Chase Brown, like really happy about that. Sharps, like the doc is saying, it's like maybe next year is always the thing with Seattle. I think until they decide to commit to one person, or maybe they never commit to one person, it's never going to be anything. J-Mo had his windows. I feel like he had 2 solid windows through the fantasy season where you were happy with him, but if you didn't hit those windows, or if you stuck with them through the fantasy playoffs when the whole Lions were kind of shit in the bed, you were kind of fucked. So Jalen McMillan, not a thing. I thought maybe it could be a thing, but it turns out the other guy's the thing. Who was the?
Bro, that's Igbuka.
Oh, sorry. Is that Ibuka? I thought it was Jalen McMillan. Okay. Anyways, I feel good about 4 out of my 6. So. Igbuka, good call. Nailed that shit.
Early on. Well, he died at the end of the season.
Was he?
The whole team kind of died at the end.
The whole team died.
Yeah. Probably just because Baker's playing injured. And then Goddard was better than expected, I think. Like, he had solid moments and better. So I feel good about 4 out of the 5 guys. So
take a guess at where RB Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker finished.
Oh, God. Like, move. Let's go like Walker 20 and Sharps 18.
I'm going to go Sharps 14, Walker 22.
Walker 23, Sharps 25. I think they had basically the same average yards per carry throughout the entire season. They're like the same person out there on the field for some reason.
It's the weirdest. One running back.
One really good running back.
There you go.
One day, if they combine their powers, they can unite and be stronger.
They'd be a great feature back anywhere. They're both like guys who just need all the carries. But
yes, to do anything, exactly it. If they had that, they would easily be probably a high running back 2, low running back 1.
Instead, they're still feature backs, but it's kind of like whenever there's a song and it's like, and here's the new banger by Ken Walker featuring Zach Charbonnet, or Zach Charbonnet with the #1 chop tarting hit featuring Kenneth Walker. Like,
do they just do everything together? Like, do they go they go to like the store together? They they share the same girlfriend. Like, they just do everything. It's like, all right, 3rd down. It's the 3rd quarter of this fuck session. Damn it! I keep talking about sex. And Ken just calls in. He's like, all right, Sharps, come finish this up.
I'm tapping. They do tap in, tap out like in wrestling.
Or like they like poop and hold hands and look in each other's eyes and then switch. They have two toilets in their bathroom facing each other.
Like they can't escape each other. Like
In the morning when they pee in those toilets, they're butt to butt. That's Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. You heard it here first.
Yeah, no, I don't think we have to worry about anyone else like getting that take. I feel like that's an original.
Yeah.
No one wants that take.
Don't tell Zach Charbonnet or Kenneth Walker that we said that either.
We'll take them on the show if they want to dispute this claim.
I feel like I could take Charbonnet, but I don't even want to like get near Ken Walker angry. I feel
No,
like
he'd spit you up and chew you out.
yeah, but Sharps, I could probably kick it
Oh. Before we move on to our sponsor, I did get some things for Christmas. You know how I have this? I added to the collection.
Yeah.
What?
So I asked my mother-in-law if I could have these, and she was like, "Yeah." I got this. Oh,
There it is.
look at that. Yeah. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
What
It's
happened
a-
to the face?
No, it's a Who from The Grinch.
Is it?
Oh.
Yeah.
And then I got this nasty thing.
Oh,
Nasty mouse with a piece of shitty cheese.
oh
Made
God!
it like an old sponge.
No.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Cool, huh?
It's got a bunch of forehead veins.
So now we got this whole collection coming together, and I'm starting to grow my village.
This is like the Christmas village that no one wants to live in.
Yeah.
No.
It's going to be awesome.
All right, sponsor time, boys.
All
Yeah.
right.
Our favorite sponsor.
Hey folks, it's Michael from Michael's Pizza. I hope you enjoy pizza, because at Michael's we have it. Come on down and enjoy yourself a slice of hot, tasty pizza at Michael's Pizza. We have several specials at Michael's Pizza. On Tuesdays, we have burgers. On Thursdays, we have fries. And on Saturdays, we have ice cream. So come on down to Michael's Pizza. Grab yourself a handful of Chex Mix and sit down for a slice of hot, tasty pizza.
I still haven't figured out what day is the special for pizzas.
I think that's the other 4 days of the week.
Yeah. They
Michael
might-
looks like he looks like the guy that is slaving over your food in just an apron without any other clothes on, and he's like he's dripping sweat. He's working hard. He ain't wearing no hairnet or anything, but he's slaving with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. That looks like him.
I heard on
Dang.
Wednesdays they have the Beat the Clock special. So the time you show up is the time your cost of your pizza is.
That was a
Ooh.
horrible special.
Yeah,
I think it started at 5 p.m., I think.
It started at 4 o'clock, and all the other workers came in at 5, so it was just me. And like, if I had a delivery, they're screwed. Like, they're never doing the beat the clock again because they're gonna have to wait an hour for their $4.10 pizza.
So did anyone arrive like at 4 and get a $4 large?
Yeah, it happened all the time.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's like, well, why not wait till dinner time and just pay $6? It's nothing.
Back
Well,
when
until next season, Michael, maybe he'll have some extra specials next week.
Yeah, I think we'll hear some more next season.
Oh boy.
So we went through the preseason God squads and laughed at them. Actually, Peepaw did pretty good, and Coach V bad 50%, and mine was really bad. But now, and you know, this is up to interpretation. This is our postseason God squads. We have not seen each other's, so it's just kind of like how who we see as somebody who helped you win a fantasy championship, and it can be personal, it can be just in general. but they'll have a reason for being on there. So, so who wants to go first, or do we want to rock paper scissors it?
Ooh, yeah, rock, paper, scissors.
Rock paper scissors shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock. You too, Vinny.
Okay. Here we go. Here.
Rock.
Paper.
Scissors. Shoot.
Oh, Doc got us.
I'll go second.
Okay.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. No. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, there you go.
All right. I'll go first. Get it out of the way. I present. Hold on.
Dun, dun. Oh my!
Keeps God Squad Season 3. Devontae Adams will start down there in the lower right corner. That handsome man right there. I was riding him all damn season. He finished as the wide receiver 9 in points per game, 14 touchdowns, which is the most, even without him playing the past 2 or 3 weeks. Fantastic. And there's a reason my wide receivers in the fantasy week were Kyle Williams and Alec Pierce, because my wide receivers sucked after Adams got injured. So thank you, Devontae Adams, for getting me to the playoffs, and I am eternally grateful. I'm also eternally grateful for King Henry, who absolutely shellacked and whooped ass of everyone on the field that night, on that beautiful, beautiful Saturday night. Thank you. He was the running back and player 1 for the championship week, and the running back 10, I believe, semifinals week, with the season finish for RB7. Chris Olave, he is the wide receiver 2 throughout the entire playoff, so he came to show up, and after Tyler Shuck was able to shuck together. How do you make a good pun out of a shuck except from a corn?
He shucked you hard.
He shucked everyone hard.
Shucked the competition.
He shucked the competition. So good. So Olave definitely didn't get shucked. Olave shucked. How many shucks could Tyler Shuck if Shuck could shuck?
Yeah. You almost shucked that up.
There you go. So Olave was the wide receiver 2 throughout the playoff 3 weeks, and finished as the wide receiver 6 on the season silently. You would have never guessed that based on the way the season started. And I believe he actually played the entire season this year, so kudos to him. We got Broccoli Purdy, as I call him, the quarterback 1 in points per game and total points during the playoffs, and had 13 total touchdowns throughout the entire playoffs, with back-to-back weeks of 5 touchdowns. So couldn't ask for much more out of a quarterback. In our Defunct Junkies League, he is on the block if any of you two are interested in a quarterback. I know we're going defunct in that league, but if you are interested, I will trade him to you.
I pulled off a good trade this week. Did you see it?
Hey, that's fine. I'll take it. Whatever you offer, I'll take. And then my rookie performance. Do what?
The dog doesn't have any more draft capital.
Yeah, traded it all for Henry Ruggs. And then I dropped JSN.
I threw out an idea. We do the best rookie performance, because I was looking at who to put on this list, and I'm like, damn, there's a lot of good rookies this season that performed really well. I loved watching Scadaboo this season. Who didn't? He ate crayons for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Probably glass in there too. Who knows? He is awesome to watch on the field, gives some juice. It was just sad to see that we had Neighbors' injury and then Scadaboo's injury shortly thereafter on the Giants. We thought they would be able to do something, but with their draft capital this next season, looking for great things coming out of the Giants. And in a whole, he was the running back 9 in points per game with 23 opportunities per game. which is really low in the grand scheme of things. He was the 23rd running back in opportunities presented to him per game, but finished as the RB9 in points per game. So he made most of his opportunities that he was given. And good to see him. I have him in our keeper league, and I'll be probably keeping him in the 8th round next season. So happy for these boys to make me the playoffs or win Smart Peel playoff championships, and King Henry above all else. God bless.
Good job, peeps. Yeah, it's definitely some good ones on there. All right, I'm gonna go second. This is my God squad. It's not these guys. This is just the intro. But I'll go QB through, and I don't have 30 this time. I kept it in the teens. So league winners only, must be strong, must be sexy. Those are the requirements for Dr. Dry's post.
Do you have to have a neck?
These guys don't. Well, we'll see. All right. So
Nice.
sort of like our weights for men. I just put the heads on there. So these are the quarterbacks. Jacoby Brissett and Dick Prescott were my two.
I found that.
I just saw that.
Brock the Dak Prescott 30. All right, so Brock Purdy just going crazy these last 2 weeks. If you had him, you probably did really well. Drake May with the 5 touchdown performance in the championship. So they're kind of on there for their more recent, but overall body of work, beautiful body of work. And but yeah, then you got Dick Prescott down there. He does belong on the list. He's not just a prop. He's not just a member here. So you got him, and all of our viewers have left at this point. So they're like, I'm not watching this. Or I'm not being subjected to this. So Dick Prescott finished top 5 quarterback and just killed it. He was consistent. He gave us 2 fantasy relevant wide receivers who kind of shat the bed in the final week, but very cool how they emerged. And then Jacoby Brissett. And I have 3 Cardinals on this list. But Jacoby Brissett, whenever you had, there were a lot of injuries and you needed to pick someone up, he averaged 20 points a game. I think he had 1 bad game in the fantasy playoffs, but other than that, he really did come through for you. Let Trey McBride shine as Trey McBride should. Gave us another fantasy relevant wide receiver that I'll get into in a little bit as well. But those are the quarterbacks.
Hold on, give me 1 second here. That goes to show, even if a team isn't good, you still want all the pieces of it because they're always going to be down and throwing and needing to catch up. That's what produces these good players for fantasy relevance.
Yeah, I love the Arizona Cardinals for fantasy because it's one of those situations where if you have a bad defense and you can't stop anybody, you're going to be throwing. Don't take the running back.
Look at the Cowboys. Same thing.
At the Cowboys, yeah. Defense. Let's see. There was Bengals the last few years. Like that was it. So look for those types of teams. And also, I think it taught us all these guys. None of them were picked early. So definitely wait on your quarterback, no matter how tempting it is. Don't take Jane Daniels in round 4. Like it's, just don't do it. Like just wait till round 12. Be the last person to take quarterback because it does not matter at all. And you can still go your fantasy championship, build those skill-based positions.
I was the first person to take quarterback with Lamar Jackson, and I didn't start him half the season.
It's crazy. Yeah. And then, so some obvious guys on there. I mean, we're not avoiding first rounders in the postseason like we would in the preseason God squad. But Derrick Henry, my goodness, an all-time performance, especially at that age. What is he 30 yet or 29 or something?
He's 31.
31.
He's my age. I looked at that and I was like, well, shit. He's as old as me, and look at my bum life.
Yeah, I think
and then he's like 2 times jacked as me, maybe 3 times. He's probably 4 times jacked as me. Let's be real.
Look at him. Yeah, 45 points. Bijan Robinson. It's between him and Puka for 1.1. I think I'm more comfortable taking Bijan just because he's less injury prone, I guess. But Bijan Robinson, my goodness, that 93-yard touchdown run. I was down a lot to Vinny, and he made it up very quick by halftime. So Bijan, just a complete game breaker. And, him and Gibbs, I look at them, and then I think this past week, because I said Gibbs was going to be the 1.1 next year, and I was a Gibbs guy all the way through. But if you really look at it, Bijan's the prototype. He's just I don't know, something about him. He doesn't. Algier kind of quit stealing those touchdowns later in the year. I don't know. I mean, Gibbs will still be top 5, but Bijan, he recency bias. People are gonna think of him as the 1.1. And then RJ Harvey, you mentioned a rookie who was mighty impressive. He's someone who carried people to through championships, just consistent, 18 points, 20 points, 16 points. Just you got that score out there, and you're like, I'm happy that my starter did that. So kind of more consistency towards the end of the year. I think he's someone that they definitely want to use moving forward. He's someone that I fell in love with the tape, and I was like, hey, I'm going to take him over a couple other rookies. It's not going to be chalk there. Go get your guy, and that's what that is. So just believing in your guy, and do that rookie scouting, because it pays off. So
I'm so happy that Sean Payton finally stopped the BS and actually stuck with one guy, because that's what pissed me off the most about last year. You never knew who to start. They're like, oh, we'll go with the hot hand. Just stick with one dude and roll with it. And this is what happens.
Yep. All right.
Ooh.
Now, so interesting. All right. So Puka Nacua, that's all I'm going to say. Puka Nacua. You know who he is. You know what he does. And he's got a little Parker down there. Parker Washington really showing up in the fantasy playoffs. He's some random pickup. You needed a wide receiver. Great pickup. If you picked him up and started him, you had the balls to do it. That's why he's down there. Michael Wilson. There are false prophets in Arizona, and their name is Marvin Harrison Jr. The real king has arrived, Michael King Wilson. And he showed up whenever you needed somebody for most of the year. I think after that halfway point, Jacoby fed him. Look how strong he's gotten. And he's got a little Pickens down there. So we got George Pickens, a wide receiver 1 year. I don't know if he's someone that I want to sell in Dynasty, sell high on, or if he's someone I want to roll with. He's probably going to be on a different team next year. But you see what happens whenever you give that man a quarterback. So George Pickens, welcome to the postseason God Squad. JSN, he's going to be a top 5, top 6 pick next year. Argument for that somewhere in that 2, 3, 4, 5 range, somewhere in there. But JSN, someone that you got in the 3rd round, best 3rd round pick ever. And that's how I bet he was on a lot of championship teams, because you could have easily paired him up with a Puka, or you could have had all these guys on the same team, actually. The way it fell, if you went receiver heavy, you could have had all these guys, probably won everything pretty easily. And then Chris Olave, just for what he did in the fantasy playoffs, went crazy in round 2 with 38. I want to say he had 28 or 30 or something, or 34. I don't know. He had a lot in the finals as well, and I believe he finished like wide receiver 5 or 4 or something like that.
6.
Amazing. So anyway, receiver, that's the position I love most. So I have more on there. Tight
The only
end.
one I'm watching out for is JSN. We'll see what happens with the quarterback, because if we switch out quarterbacks, we see what happened to JJ this season.
Oh man, that was horrible. All right. Tight end. Wait. Tight end. So we have Trey
You ruined
McBride.
it.
You have Trey McBride. If you don't have Trey McBride, who do you have? Someone who scored 100 points less, right? But tight end 2 was Kyle Pitts. Proved everybody wrong. So that's how you saw a lot of 6 seeds getting past whatever. You saw a lot of 6 seeds and 8 seeds pull those upsets because of his 46 or 47 point performance. And he did finish tight end 2, I believe. No?
That's the most sham of a stat I can ever think to hear.
I
Hold on, let
know.
me-
Yeah, it feels
That's-
wrong. It felt dirty putting him on here, but I had to.
Yeah, he's the tight end too, and it was because of 1 week
Yeah, yeah,
where he got 3 games worth of points in 1 game.
yeah.
So yeah, that I feel like
Yeah.
an asterisk needs to be next to
Yeah,
his
I don't. Yeah, I'm not drafting him next
That
year.
sounds
but,
disgusting.
I'm putting him here for the other people who had him. And then Harold Fannin, another one of those rookies. He's probably my more surprising rookie. I did like him coming out. Kind of didn't like his situation that much going to Cleveland, but he finished as a top 5 tight end, I believe. Which, but Trey McBride, I proudly took him over Brock Bowers in a league, and very happy I did. Everybody
Fannin was 5.
Okay. Yeah. So Fannon's showing up. But yeah, everybody was like, why didn't you take Brock Bowers? He was on the board. And I was like, because Trey McBride is better. He set records this year. And Brock Bowers, he was in and out injured and everything. But I think Trey McBride still would have taken it because he's the best. So that's my postseason 2025 God Squad.
What's your next slide?
That's it.
Oh, I thought you had one that had Trey McBride on all the faces.
Oh, that was the one before.
Oh,
It was like a quick joke. It was like, here's my tight ends. Just kidding. Like, just because of how good he is, he deserves all 3 spots.
and he won the. He took the title of most receptions by a tight end in a single season, I believe. So,
And
yeah.
if you saw that graphic, he was also like 4th or something.
I love the man. He is jacked as all get out. That man would crush my face.
I forgot to mention because I just thought of this concept. So I traded Bijan to the dock for CD and a first rounder. Bijan had his revenge game against his fantasy team in the championship, and how we know revenge games work. And by God, he was pissed at me for that trade and was like, watch this, asshole. And ends my night in the first half. So,
It was the fantasy revenge game. And you have 2 firsts in the cheese. Unfortunately, they're 9th and 10th. And mine's now the 10th. So that part sucks.
So that means I'll pick 9, 10, and then 2 or 12.
There's
I'll
only
pick-
10 teams.
I'll pick at 9, 10.
I'll pick at 2.1. You'll pick at 2.2 if you have your second.
Okay. So I'll have 3 picks at the turn.
Yeah.
That could be fun. Maybe there's something there. Who knows?
Yeah. You could pork me a little bit on that turn too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
There will be no one left.
Yeah.
So I just have 4 guys. Hold on, we gotta get rid of that so we can see the penis. There we go. All right, now we're
Yeah. There we go. A
now
little
we're-
nudity at the end here.
We need to see what you're working with.
So I always like value guys, and I just focused on the fantasy playoffs, and it was really hard to find someone who was dominant for all 3 games because it's hard to not shit the bed at least once at the end of the season. So at QB, we got Trevor Lawrence showing some abdominals for the ladies, and so I think. I don't know if the Trevor Lawrence one is a combine photo, but I tried to find combine photos.
Oh, I think you succeeded.
except for CB. But Trevor Lawrence, insane resurgence at the end of the season. Hopefully that means is this a good finish? Hopefully they finish the playoffs well, and then next season Trevor Lawrence continues to be a good quarterback with Liam Cohen as head coach. But yeah, he had a great fantasy playoffs. He had a great 3 weeks. Chase Brown, we've talked about him as a regular season stud. He was a postseason stud. He scored 29 PPR points in the championship round and was just a stud for the fantasy playoffs. Someone that you relied on, someone that you got at a good value throughout the year. And so I'm very proud of Chase Brown. Down on the bottom right, we got Dalton. I just Schultzed myself. Oops, I Schultzed my pants. And he had
Oh,
Round 1 and round 2 of the fantasy playoffs, he was fantastic. He was great. And someone who was on a waiver wire out there that you got to pick up and start and were happy with. Shit the bed in the fantasy playoffs, or shit the bed in the fantasy championship a little bit. But he got you there, and hopefully it wasn't too much of a ass kick for you that he didn't kill in the fantasy championship. And then Mike Evans had just a nice, solid outing. Came back from injured reserve the back end of the season, and look how young and supple he is there.
I couldn't tell who it was at first, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you want to kind of pinch those little cheeks a little bit because we haven't seen them in years. They've been covered up with a big, nasty, puby beard. Man, he has the most puby beard of an adult that I've ever seen. Like usually an adult, you get bristles and less pubes, and his has stayed very pubescent and pubic, if you will.
Pubic zirconium is what we call it.
As Dr. Jai would say, vis-a-vis pubic hair. But despite that flaw in his character, he had a nice fantasy playoffs for you and was a good value pick and may have seen his last season, his last fantasy season, maybe seen his last fantasy season as a buck. So finished on a high note and hopefully got a chip on one of your squads. And I didn't mean to put him down there next to the tiny penis, but I feel like of the 4, he had kind of the lowest fantasy totals, and that's why he was located adjacent to the micro penis with the balls that are 3 times the size of the dick. Like, it must have been really hot that day when he was modeling, because you know when it gets hot, like they separate, and those guys, they're heading like to the floor, like quickly.
Well, the cool part, so I didn't even think of him as like owning it. I thought of it as like his was more that fist coming out of the bottom of his pelvis. And, so yeah, so kind of like a man hand with an arm. Mike Manhand Penis Evans.
Oh, if I had relocated the Schultz, this hand, if I had relocated it near the groin, it could have been Dalton H.J. Schultz.
Oh, man, you could have put Trevor Lawrence right above it, and that would have fit perfect. And then maybe put that picture of Chase Brown next to it.
Did y'all know? Because when I typed in Trevor Lawrence shirtless to get a photo, there's a huge gay following for Trevor Lawrence. Very popular amongst the gay men. They like his body. Like they like his body like in a way where they want to do him, but they also want to have his body. So they like, or how do I get abs like Trevor Lawrence? Like, so he has a desirable gay man body.
So maybe he's LGBTQB1 and not Caleb Williams.
He could be. He's a svelte man. He's a feminine man. I mean, like, I think naturally he has no body hair. Like, he has no pubes.
It's all on his head.
Yeah. Like, he's a womanly man. So I get why, like, they've latched onto that body. That's
for the After Dark episode.
That's where Mike Evans sources his beard hair.
He's like, Trevor Lawrence is like hairless Potter.
Oh.
So anyways, none of this has to do with fantasy football. These are all just things that I observed as I was putting together my postseason.
I have to show you guys something.
Oh,
So
no.
we're going to go back to wide receivers and look at Chris Olave's beard and where it is. JSN's bush is Chris Olave's beard. same thing.
Oh God.
Hey, we established early that shirtless men like boost the ratings.
Yeah,
So-
we had like 2 people in here.
Yeah, we got to ride that horse as far as it will take us.
Well, I think we wrote it because at this point we're riding off into 2026.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So yeah, good season 3 from Fifth Quarter Fantasy Cast. I think everybody has grown as a host, and we bring some great stuff to the table. I do want to get better at this streaming thing. Figure out where we can have like more than 720p without like paying for it. So I don't know. We might be switching streams or something. I don't know. I'm going to try to get better at some things, maybe some better audio or something, or better graphics. Just bring it all together a little bit. But I don't know. That's kind of my off-season project. I said that last year too, and it didn't happen. So I remember there was a big long text that I sent everybody like, we're going off this year, and
Yep.
Anyways, I lied. I was like Marvin Harrison Jr. Great expectations, just didn't perform. So, but I'll try to be more like Michael Wilson next year. It was a good season. I think we bring a lot of good content, and so 2026 rookie class. I wouldn't say I'm balls deep yet, but I've started kind of looking a little bit. As far as I know right now, it will be Jeremiah Love at the 1 point.
You cannot be as balls deep as Chase Brown. He's deeper.
Exactly. So Jeremiah Love will be the 1.1. People are comparing him to even having a better profile than Ashton Genty. I don't know about that, but apparently he's going to be a very, very good dynasty asset. People are putting him as a top 5 running back right off the rip. And then there's 3 receivers. And then so the top 4 picks are what you want. And then after that, you're kind of throwing darts. So be on the lookout for those 2026 rookies. A class I've been low on for a while, but I think we'll find some gems in it like we always do. But those are kind of my final words for the season. Coach V, what did you think of this year, and what do you think moving forward with Fifth Quarter Fantasy Cast?
Fun times this year. I had a good time. I'm only going to be in one league next year, thanks to Joseph Marie Bennett, who canceled all the leagues. So, but I'm hoping to play at least one redraft next year. Might even start one at my work because I haven't played redraft in like 3 or 4 years now. So I hope to have keep my one dynasty and add one redraft so I can talk about fantasy from both perspectives because I'm only living it in the dynasty perspective. So I hope to bring that is the redraft excitement because I love redraft. It's really fun. And it's easier to keep people on board with redraft, whereas dynasty is such a commitment. So I'm excited about that, and we'll keep bringing the fun. And I try to be less perverted on the internet, but it never works. The internet's a gross place, so I'll just keep being gross. Just F it. It's fine. YouTube will just downgrade all of our videos to 0. That's basically what our viewership is, anyways. Oh God. All right, peeps. What do you have to say?
Lot of good inappropriate moments that were had. I don't know if I heard Doc, snort or anything when he was laughing so hard. So we need to work on that for next season. But I do.
You
think
missed
that
episode, didn't you?
I can't
Was that
recall.
the one you missed?
It might have been. I can't recall, but Coach talked to me about it today. He said, my favorite part is when I get Doc to go, and he just...
Yeah, when he goose honks. If Kevin's goose honking, you did a good thing.
It happens once every couple years.
So we'll aim for one of those next season as a goal and keep on it and keep fighting the good fight.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe we start some sort of listener league if we get more listeners. Who knows? We'll see. But we'll probably be back. When do we usually come back? We usually come back sometime like late summer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We might have like one random episode where we
and that's like a month leading up.
Yeah, we have like a preview of divisions, which is pretty fun. And who knows? Maybe some new things. I know I'll be in the lab always trying to think of new ideas. So we'll see where it goes. But anyways, thank you to both of our viewers for for showing up tonight, and we really have had a good time. We appreciate everybody, and we want everybody to know that you got to do 5 things until we see you again. Make
We
sure
gotta do
that-
it together.
yes.
Live.
Like-
Live.
Hang on.
Oh god. Oh god.
Be good.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Live.
Live.
Laugh.
Love, like,
And subscribe.
Oh, it's gone. He left.